For me, it all have to do with the bond that is building between the two persons. The length of time not really play a significant factor because it have people where we had 6 months and them relationship never live past the 7th month. While it have people who give it up in like a week and them relationship I go in a decades. Yeah. So it all have to do with the bond. I would justify the anywhere between the third or the second date. Second or the third date. First date, if it happen, it happen. Second date, we're supposed to start cuddling and start get a little more intimate. The third date now, you know. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, 3 months for me. 6 months way too long. 1 year, interest or burnout.
Good day, my view family. Bless up. What a why my view? They my topic here. Now, let me ask you a question. Is it possible that it's a feelings thing? Do you think that it is a thing where because every person that you go out with is different, right? So I would think that having sex on the first, second, or third date would depend on the vibe that that person come off with. No, I have no qualms with anybody doing what they do, because at the end of the day, hmm, to each his own. And persons, it doesn't matter. Nobody can tell me, say, because you have sex on the first day, that it is going to, the relationship is not going to last. No, 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 no. However, based on circumstances and so on, you might want to hold out. I don't know, based on the type of person or so on, but it all depends. It all depends. Some persons are luckier than others. You have sometimes where you may want to have sex on the first date, and some persons are dragged on for months. So, I guess. So, it's not a matter of having sex on the first date or anything like that. I think it's the emotional connection you get with that person, and you decide that, hey, you know, see the need of holding out, or you mean that is what you may go for. You just want to have that feeling. However, I don't have an issue with persons having sex on the first day. However, for some persons or for some relationship, they need to hold out because of you want to find those red flags and so on. But sometimes sex in a relationship is just that, because relationship is not all about sex. It have about whole heap of other things. So you can have sex with the person on the first night, and then on the first date, and the person is great, awesome. And by the way, if you and the person are not sexually compatible, it don't even make no sense. So one of the thing is, you can do your thing and something that there's no shame in that. Do your thing, find out if you're sexually compatible and move on if you're not. Because if you're not sexually compatible, there's going to be an issue in the relationship. And you'll find out whilst in dating people are cheat. So, yeah, I mean, find out if you're sexually compatible first. Maybe the first day you don't want to do it because you might want to feel out that kind of person and what kind of sexually compatibility you might have. But I don't have an issue with having sex in the relationship early. Yeah, sex is just a part of the relationship. And vice versa. If you have sex with a person on the long after, say not the first date, say the 15th date or so on, you and that person cannot click and may not click sexually too. So, whether or not the relationship, if the person have an open mind, it doesn't matter. Whether or not you have sex on the first date, second date, third date, it doesn't matter, because you may end up with the same result. Unless this person is a cynical person, say the man or woman, and they decide that she was too easy, or he was too easy. When I asked the first time, she shouldn't put it out. If that's the kind of person you want, and you didn't get that, then because you have some persons like that, they test you and try you out, like I know the same place they will go. You know, I am single, you are single. I mean, if you want to have fun, let's have fun. Done this so.
Hey, lad, take the case and give her the pillar. Yeah, my view. Yeah, my view. You done it again, sir. You done it. Jesus Christ, man. See what I'm telling you about? Mix up just start.
As a young person at the time, I wasn't thinking about that. Having very few partners before with that was adequate to me. I didn't know that that could be the case where a man is so small. I've heard of it. You always hear people that talk about little body man and all that. But you never really think about you're gonna buck up on yourself. When you buck up on it, it's an actual real shock. I mean, not talk about no 4 inch, nothing. I'm talking about less than that. Something like a little baby, something where you can't see because it not no girth and it not no length. So there's nothing to it. Nothing. Although the book shows that it only takes 3 inches of whatever to satisfy a woman, I am not that one. So it couldn't work out. Me never at the time, but no, me that do my full investigation. Me that do my full investigation now because one of the first place my eye go, if I am looking for that, is right there, son. Yeah. May I tell you, it was nowhere to be found. I mean, it was none. You could have, if him have on one like, say for instance a trunk, you can mistake him for a woman. I'm telling you, there's nothing there, nothing, guys. It's a disability, and you can work on it. I mean, if I see a band, I see a band. I mean, but to each his own. But make the ladies them know before because it can be a shock. It can shock your your system. May I tell you, it was nowhere to be found. I mean, it was none. You could have, if him have on one like, say for instance a trunk, you can mistake him for a woman. I'm telling you, there's nothing there, nothing, guys. It's a disability, and you can work on it. I mean, if I see a band, I see a band. I mean, but to each his own. But make the ladies them know before because it can be a shock. It can shock your your system.
You say, baby, you're traumatized. After a little something, whip, whop, whop, whop. And when you take it out, you have to just squat, squat, squat. Them fuckery that we are talking about.
Boy, that and a half past dead, I could have shown you, that barn dead, that grow dead, that still dead. Boy, I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. What a soul life go. But I apologize for laughing. Boy, I want to come as a shock me. But a serious thing still, Some man really have it this so. Like that. Yeah. They come in the department, the boy. But Z, that's why which part you the snowfall and you're cold, And you know nobody bed, Yeah? Look on all them thing they ask the woman if why she never back out her magnifying glass. Easy,
Mr. Miss Miss Jackson, whatever it is, your will for the day. Your will. Yeah, tell. What happened there? What happened?
Boy, for me, boy, thank God me in that situation. Thank God. But me don't know. Me,
We're never really in the era of cell phones, and at that time we were on campus together, and I promise you it never crossed my mind. It never just crossed my mind. As a young one, I was very, very young, and I wasn't thinking about it like that. But now I know. Yeah, no, if I never had my husband for the last 17 years, 16 and a half years, I would ask for a pic. Yeah, me, my 40s not, wouldn't ramp right now. No, 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 wouldn't ramp. Yeah, that's why people, if you just give thanks to what they have, whether it's a 5 inch, 6 inch, even a 4 inch. But when there's nothing to work with, there's nothing to work with. And whether you have sex on the first, second, or third day, you already make up your mind. So, yeah, yeah. We just there I think about it, honestly. I can't believe it.
Mama come like you know, you know, read the book at that time. Yo, Shadow, we never know say yo, that group I could get any more funny, man.
Why this that question that question really that question kind of difficult to answer because all right, like persons work with them feelings, you understand, and we all know how men stay already, men you don't know. We see a woman and we're attracted to her. You don't know sex. Sex is one of the thoughts that would be on the forefront of our mind. Women, on the other hand, they have stipulations, you understand? But it doesn't mean that it's not on the forefront of their minds, And you find that modern day women, they just go for them one, So um, it's good to go on a date so you can actually get a little feel of the person. But first, second, third, 6 months or a year, like all of that depends on how both parties feel, especially the woman. You see me? So for some woman, you not even go on a first date and you get through. While for some, you go 6 months and still not get through.
Okay, Mr. My view about dating relationship. I don't think a man should wait for a year because you have a man in suspense for a year for a relationship. You understand? From somebody said them love you or like you or whatever. I think you should have known number one, you know his family. You try to know his background. Find something about his background to know about him because you don't want to jump out a frying pan and jump into fire. You don't want to see fire on the street and take it up into your home and don't know what you're taking up. I think 6 months into a relationship, I think that would be good for intimate because you have times to know the do's and the don'ts. You try to get as close as to the person as you would or as you should. Yeah, and then you see if you find any first thing you look for in about him is his attitude. You look for his attitude, and then you look for his self-esteem, and then you see what type of ambition he has, and the values. I don't mean like he has values in his position, but the value that he has for a woman, the values that he has for a woman, the respect that he has for a woman, and I think when you get most of those in the open, then you can say I am on the road for dating. And if it's 6 months and you feel like him putting you under some pressure for sex, then I think that you should kind of withdraw when the sex pressure come on, sex pressure come on. I think you should withdraw a bit because you would wondering why would he want to go to bed with you so early or so quick. You understand? A woman has to know to keep her grounds when it's come to sexual contact with a person because sometimes you end up into a trap where you can't even come out of it. You understand? But giving a person 6 months, I think that's a good chapter for you to give him. Because I don't think you see a man for the first and you jump into bed with him and have sex. Me no feel say that really you have someone will say, if I get the sex today, it's the same thing I get tomorrow, or it's the same thing I get next month, it's the same thing I get an year. You understand? Meanwhile, some of them come into you like wolf in sheep clothing. Like wolf in sheep clothing come into you so nice.
so nice, but yet still they are only looking for a one night sex. They come in with their bag of lies. So those are things that you have to look into. You have some come in with them bag of lies and them love you and then this and them that. You understand? And simple things. I test men in certain, I have things, I have ways to test men in certain caliber where I know they are going to fall. So if I test them in certain way and throw certain things on them, which sometimes you don't even mean, sometimes you mean, but when you throw certain things on them, you will know exactly what they are made of. There is some guy who always said to me that he loved me. Big man said him love me or whatever. And one day I said to him, I don't pay rent. And I said to him, you know, my rent is due. And he said, how much is your rent? I was thinking like, how much people pay for rent here right now? And I was like saying 15,000 for my rent and my light bill. But I said to him, I will manage the light bill and the water bill. Well, he said to me, you know, I don't get paid 2 months now. And I said, like, seriously? Okay, I have no hard feelings against you. I said, okay. The next time he called me, he said, can I take you out somewhere where we can have a chat? I said, I said, you know, because I don't pay my rent, I don't really want to go nowhere. And he was like saying, so you don't pay it yet? So I said, no, you want to come over? He said, yes, I will come over instead of go out. I said, okay, let me speak with the landlord. And then I said, call him back and said,
Alright, this is woman, I tell you, which part ladies always go wrong right this. So if you ever ask me for something, if you know when me I pray, yeah, go wrong cause by the end of the day, if you ask me for something, I must can ask you for something too. You see, going into a relationship, you don't know what so sometimes it may not even matter where a woman want pray. From the get go, we all a pray just sex. And the woman a pray where them can get. Until you get to know the somebody, the person. And there is no true person until the animal start have sex. Take it out, me tell you. A man a go try play the best until you and that man start have sex. And a woman a the best woman until when we say the best as in she a go pretend like she nice until when the sex come in and the money part get serious. Right, that's how you start know real people. So it just come like you buy a cash part number and I hope for win when you are going in a relationship. So I hope for the best. You know, that's what I see.
My answer is, it don't really matter what time, because guess what? If a man want left here, a woman want left here, right? It no matter if you date them, if you have sex on the first, second, or last date, 6 months, 3 months to a year, it no matter if a person have one intention, it not gonna change nothing. The aspect gonna be the same. So if a man just come in your life and say you want a one touch, wanna move, it gonna be a wanna move. With the lady, if she just want to grab something and move, she'll just grab something and move. So having sex on the first date don't mean say the person is a easy person or no nothing like that. But end of the day, it's what both parties want out of the relationship. That I might take.
My view depends, Depends on how long you know the person for. Yes, Kevin, big up yourself. But just like them say man fi have ambition, Woman fi have self-preservation as well. Right? So you meet a woman and you're a homeboy or somebody where say, yo, say Virgin just meet her and fuck her last week, the same day. Then next person the same. You not go if you have nothing about yourself, no style about yourself, you not go wife for a woman like that. Cause a woman like that just shows that she have no self-preservation. So big up yourself, man. I can't really agree with that still, but depends on what you look for still. Because if you just want a man who just cut and got you, then I hate that. But you know, For a woman will just meet a man and just give it up, so like I say, like, that's not a good look. Even another woman that look for you, I say, boy, you're too easy, man. Yeah, so that's how I think, set.
You have a point in about it. Big up yourself as well, Kevin. Same name. But as I say still, as what happened between closer between a woman, Zin, that enough to tell a friend, say if you just meet a girl on the first day, and knock as me say, you plan to say you will go further with a girl because you see potential in her, or she have good ways and thing, body language, everything correspond right and proper way. And you decide, say, yo, when I move the next step with a girl, you're not going to tell a friend, say, yo, me just meet her and knock it. That don't make no sense, because same thing when you do, the same girl you try for wife up now, you got to bring her down. If you understand what I try to say. But as I say, everybody have their own opinion still and depend on the stage where you plan to take the relationship with her.
No, man, I'm not Kevin me name, man. I'm see your name. I'm just call you Kevin, because I think that, me get well, I still know, but guess what? You have some man like that. Some man, they meet a man for the first day, and the man wife it up. You see me, that can never happen. Never, ever, ever, ever. Because if I hear about a thing called pretty face and bad character, it takes more than one day if you know somebody's character. And that's why Sir P say you have Carltons. You have Carltons of the world, man. Because man a man, no brother, and you walk out and you don't want somebody who can potentially bring shame to you. And when somebody have a history of certain things, certain behavior, and in a way, they might bring shame to you. Imagine your mother, right? Your mother now would have stepped out with a woman who would have partake in them type of behavior we are talking about. Fucky and just let it off for a man quick, right? And your mother walk out with her now, that would have be for your daughter-in-law. Let's say when they get married. And somebody else see your mother, whatever. In a way, they might look upon your mother and say, look upon the old idiot girl we become our daughter-in-law. So, that might bring shame for your mother. Your mother might even find out and just feel all the way. So, yeah, I want to move from around here, so you have to keep them little things there in mind, man, But stay away from things that can bring shame to me still, personally. But like I said, people can change, and if you can live with it, if you genuinely can live with it, and no matter what nobody say, that's fine with you, because I'm going to use an example right here. So you have someone who wake up, man, all 2-3 days, they no bathe, and then froze it, and then walk out the door, and walk out the road now. And a man say, dog, you're frozen or ass now. And it no bother them, right? It's like them no care. But you have a next man now where boy, if somebody even say, yo, brother, say, you come like, you need some deodorant or something, man. You have some man now, man say that to them, man, them whole day mash up, man. Them gone home, gone bathe, man, because I just, just what them comfortable with, and the expectation when them kind of have for themselves and thing. But hopefully the analogy makes sense still. But again, everybody different, yeah, man. You have everybody have everybody out there for them. Cause I can tell us, brother, you have some woman in a school where I usually go to school with. The youth them usually joke around and I remember saying, say, one day the woman is going to be somebody's wife, and the husband now going to know, say, his wife was a head doctor in college. You get it? Head doctor.
Well, that's a good one, but let me give you another. Well, that person may go into that relationship because they want to get ahead in life.